Alright, we're back with some more Jusant. I think I'm saying that right. We completed chapter 1 already, and we're gonna do chapter 2 now. Hopefully it's not too long, because it's 3 in the morning for me, where I'm at, and I should really be in bed, but I don't work tomorrow, so whatever. Anyways. Oh wow, we start. Alright, cool. Oh, it's the squishy thing on from my bag. It looked like a pair of butt cheeks with the eyes. Anyways. By using your companion, we'll be able to see the next objectives as well as certain collectibles. That's cute. Whatever this squishy thing is, I want one. The heck? Oh. Okay. That's something. What? Ow. There we go. Let's get my rope back. Playing this game makes me want to go rock climbing. Despite me being afraid of heights. Hold on. Alright. No. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, that was close. Let's rest real quick. Damn it. There we go. What's in here? Okay. Nope. Oh. There we go. Man, that's one hell of a view, and it just keeps getting better. Interesting. Okay, so we can go up that way. Can we go up this way? No, wait, no, we can't. Never mind. We gotta go up that way. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. Let's take a breather here. That's a long way down. Alright. Ooh. Easy. Still haven't run into anybody. What's this? Okay, that goes down. Good to know. But we gotta keep going up. Okay, now hold up. There we go. Oh, easy. We want to go up that way. Okay, maybe not. Hmm. Where do we go from here? Maybe this wasn't the way? Maybe it was the other way? No? Hold on. I gotta get closer. There we go. Ah. Let's let my hand rest. Ooh. All right. It's those chicken rats. I don't know what these things are. Oh. Wait, go back down. There's something here. There we go. Auntie Ida. You have to talk to them. I want to go on an expedition to the desert too. Everyone always says I'm too young. I don't care. Neil's going, and he's only a bit bigger than me, plus he's mean. I have to stay at the port, gathering stinky old seaweed and doing my homework. I bet cleaning the canals with you would be more fun. I want to see what else is out there, but my parents never want to let me leave the village. Can you talk to them, please? Haha, oh, D. Believe me, sweetie, you wouldn't have much fun scraping the pipes of the Great Basin, that's for sure. You won't like what I'm about to say, but be patient. You have plenty of time to grow up. We'll be sailing off to the plains soon enough. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, though, but we have no choice but to go with your parents. So best not to quarrel with them in the meantime. I don't fancy crossing the plain with the three scowling faces. Your favorite auntie. Okay. Nothing says I love you more than to just tell you you're not ready for stuff like that. Expeditions and stuff. I wonder if there's like multiple paths. Oh look, another note. Dearest Meta? You'll probably laugh at what I'm about to say, but I wish I were a choco. Nothing to do but be round, fluffy, and cute the whole sleep long. No job and no existential crisis about the future. It'd be more relaxing than going door to door. But someone has to bring the old folks water. And I never would have believed it, but I've grown fond of them. Remember old Coco? She made me listen to and dust off her shell collection. She's as deaf as Post, so someone should listen to them once in a while, she said. One of the shells almost crumbled to dust. They miss the ocean, just like we do. Are things any better with your family? Are they still upset? No need to tell me if it's too difficult to talk about. I may not be there to support you, but I'm sending waves your way. Ahaha, that Coco. Still, I admire you. I definitely wouldn't have the patience. Things with my parents are still choppy. They let the ocean disappear. But they don't want to understand what happened. We're not responsible, they always say. They've left for the cauldron's oasis. They requested the furnaces so they could join some friends of theirs, but spots there are hard to come by. At least things have calmed down for me since they left. I feel as light as I can be. Maybe I should go on a trip too. I'm still wondering what happened to the water. What happened to the ocean? Global warming? Oh, that's the lift that we took to get up here. This octave, we are celebrating the safe return of Expedition 34 to the port. The expedition was led by Corey, who once again braved a horizontal world. We are proud to welcome these children of low tide, who are returning with priceless treasure back among us. Members of Expedition 34, descendants of the celebrated Her, Iga, and I'm, who were the first to venture out onto the Great Plain in search of the lost ocean, walked further than ever before and were finally able to find a new spring after numerous failed expeditions. A fresh start for many villages who've been waiting their turn since the furnaces and Fumarolia oases hit their population limits. A welcome reception will be held next sleep. The collective of former expeditionaries has made its best seaweed pie. Bring your own beverages. Seaweed pie? That just sounds disgusting. Editorial. In this issue, we'll be taking a look at the creatures that gave this near cyclical, can't read, publication its name, umbrellas. While they've come up with before in our issue on endangered tunnel wildlife and in our special edition inhabitants of the Great Reservoir, we've never dedicated an entire section to them. It's high time we rectify that. Umbrellas are best known for their slow and majestic flight. However, they begin their lives clinging to rocks. In this first stage of their life cycle, they resemble flowers known as shrinklets. From within the shrinklets come sparks, small glowing creatures that fly through the darkness of the caves and tunnels in groups. How many octaves does it take for a spark to grow into an umbrella? How long do umbrellas live? Has anyone ever seen one die? Much has been forgotten about umbrellas, despite them being witnesses to the tower's ancient past. At the time of writing, they've almost completely disappeared. We only know about sparks from children's stories. They're said to kidnap naughty children, and shrinklet sightings are exceptionally rare, only occurring in the remotest tunnels. In the following pages, we've attempted to piece together some facts about them. Did you know, based on the information we've gathered from the teams of water surveyors, who sometimes encounter these creatures on their maintenance rounds, and who we are very grateful to, being near sparks makes you feel weightless, so be sure to behave yourselves, kids. Let's hope that the drop in activity in recent cycles will give shrinklets, sparks, and umbrellas the peace, quiet, and space they need to thrive. So what's this little thing on my shoulder called? A squishy. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what that's all about. Just a big giant glorified nightlight? I don't know. Oh, there's a ladder here. No. Over here trying to jump like it's Uncharted. Usually just getting to low tide from my old lighthouse is an expedition for me. It's hard to believe that this time the adventure was just getting started. At the meeting point, I found myself waiting with Medi, a young woman from these parts. Well, younger than me, anyway. Her parents have already left, but like other people our age, she wanted to stay. That made ripples with the older generation. Leaving the family nest is no easy thing. I don't know Met well, but we already have something in common, the widening gap between us and our parents. She seemed relieved to see me. For once, I was lost for words, smiling awkwardly and still red from the exertion of getting there, with my pack all undone and my hair sticking up every which way, probably. Nice one, Bianca. Not socially awkward at all. But I was just as relieved as she was to know I wouldn't be setting sail alone. To my surprise, Old Soul joined us too. I don't think we'd exchanged a single word before now. Will an old schooner like him be able to keep up? Ever since I was little, Soul's always been the old hermit who lives up on high. He used to scare me. He would come down to the port sometimes like a spider sliding down the silk thread. The other kids and I would have fun running away, screaming at the sight of him. Even now my knees started quaking as I saw him lumbering towards me. We set off as a group of 3 since no one else came to join our crew. I soon realized I'd been worried for nothing. Soul leads the way, an odd figure with nimble feet who climbs the cliffs with amazing ease. Mandy follows behind, brimming with energy. Suddenly I feel like the old one, Bianca. Alright. Another elevator. You know what, I just realized I missed one of these down there somewhere. I don't know where. But it's fine. I guess. They don't tell you much about this game. They just tell you to... Well, they don't tell you anything. They just... Oh. Well, alright then. That's one hell of a throw. Where do we go from here? Oh, I see it. Alright, we're going the right way. Those things are weird looking. Oh, the camera. Whoa, don't fall off. I'm guessing we're supposed to go down. What am I doing? It's not what I meant to do. I think my little squishy companion was like scared. Like, what are you doing? No, wait, we want to go this way. Get my stamina back up. Or my grip. Which Mission Impossible movie was it that he was climbing upside down or whatever under that mountain? I remember I saw that and I was like, I was sweating, bro. I'm not a fan of heights. There we go. Oh, another shell. A wind chime? Perhaps a water chime? Hmm. What's in here? Pardon me, but I noticed I've stopped receiving my newspaper. Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight to your part, on your part? While I'm at it, I should mention that I really enjoyed your article on the Choco Show. So, ooh. Greetings. As you know, there isn't enough water left for the postal relays to function, and too few pebbles available to deliver the paper in good conditions. Because of this, the voice of the Ravines team has decided to cease publication. Although our desire to inform our readers is stronger than ever, we haven't yet decided what form our daily paper will take in light of this new situation. Thanks for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we get an opportunity to discuss it one day. When there's no water, everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? Boy, is that true. Double tap to climb rope. Okay. Oh, that's cool. They could have told me that sooner. Is there a secret in there? Hmm. Oh, another painting. Okay. I don't know what to make of these. Alright, we need to go that way. Yep. Hold up. Let me, Alright. Pretty. I've never seen so many people coming down from the heights, and some are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not so hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient heart. As my mother used to say, maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here. Apart from Odium, maybe. He makes my heart flip with his dimples, calloused hands, and that plaid shirt he always wears. Yum, the baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyway, I'm leaving the tower tomorrow, or tower too. Sorry, Bassa. I don't know how else to tell you. Wish we could clip our carabiners together like we used to before running aground on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me, but that's how it is. I'm crewing up with the neighboring village. They found me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down on the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. Okay. Chapter 3 Solstice. Yo, that was Chapter 2 we just completed? It's almost 4 o'clock. Jeez. Alright, I didn't know we were going to complete Chapter 3 like that. This is an adventure. Alright, I mean, fine. We've only just gotten started. We still haven't strayed off the beaten path. But for me, this is huge. Can't wipe the smile off my face. I think I needed this. To feel the rocks under my hands, to experience something out of the ordinary, to move. Getting to know my companions better, though our chit-chat mainly revolves around which route to take to join the expedition. Medi and Sol are already getting along like a house on fire. They could probably hear us laughing all the way down on the salt plain. By embarking on this journey, Sol wants to try to return to the world of yesterday. Medi wants to save the world of tomorrow. As for me, if I can just make it to the meeting point alive, I'll be happy. I never dared leave home before now. Well, leave for real without my parents. But I dreamed about it, having incredible adventures, finding a new port to call home. Anywhere but low tide. I never really felt like I belonged there. Maybe I didn't try hard enough, spent too much time dreaming of far off places. But what is there for me back in low tide, apart from empty houses and questions without answers? It was high time to give something else a try. For me and Medi, climbing's usually something we do when we have no other choice. To say we hesitate each time we have to launch ourselves into the open air with only our rope securing us is an understatement. But we encourage and belay each other. For Sol, it's a different story. He sets the route with incredible ease. He tells us about how he used to climb as a kid to gather seaweed with his parents. That was before the Jusant, another era. Since then, he's seen the drought slowly transform the tower into a desert. Sol reminds me of the sailors from the stories you sometimes hear. The ones who can't get used to the inertia of the tower after spending their entire lives on the waves. Sol himself is definitely ungainly when it comes to walking, which terrified us as kids. But when he climbs, he's as nimble as the star I tried to carve. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but man, I can't climb this. No way. You know, video game, yeah, sure, but in real life, no spank you. We need to get up there. Lovely. What's over here? Oh, it's one of these cairns. Weird little popcorn things. Alright. Onwards. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, hold on. Let me get my grip stamina back. speeding along. Just... Oh, wow. No way. Drops quicker in the sun. That's not good. Oh. I have yet to fall and die, which is a good thing, because I don't want to know how that happens. Roses wilt in the sun and disappear after a certain amount of time. Oh, that's... Man. They're really, testing me now. Alright. You gotta move. Oh my god. Alright, calm down. Can we grab onto that? I don't think we can. Yeah, I know. I might have to restart again. This is stressful. Alright, cool. I'm cheesing it. Who said I gotta restart? It just drop down and land on the landing and then restart again. Nope, what are you doing? That wasn't... Alright. Me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating. Alright. Alright, checkpoint. We did it. I'm completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us, there barely a handful. Look how peaky the poor thing is. She's shaking like a sewing machine. I felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts had been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from the exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had a fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was a part of it. That's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional and the mood was solemn. They're the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore. In their own funny-sounding words, not one measly plant grows on these here fields no more. I hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. Then Becca told us about their wild scheme, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca want to find ballast, as they're called lower down, enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballast only exists in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. They're Arlo and Becca's last hope, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have a chance to save the tower. It's up to us to seize it. Bianca. The fact that Bianca makes it up here is crazy. Is moving really the solution? It makes no sense to be leaving the tower like the drought's going to fix itself while we're gone. Leaving our parents' fields empty to crowd around a watering hole right in the middle of the Great Plain. What then? When your oasis dries up, where will we go then? I don't think this is how we're going to solve the problem. There are other options if you ask me. What do they say about ballast? They're carved into the walls wherever you look. Gab's even seen some in the old paintings. There's talk of them here, that's for sure. Plenty of folk even say the ballasts are the ones who stole our water. We should make sure of that, shouldn't we? We should go up to them clouds to find out. It might be a solution up in those parts, might not be. But there sure ain't none down on your plane, that's all I'm saying. Come on, Arlo, you can't be serious. Cloud giants, really? Those are nothing but a bunch of tales. Common sense tells us to go with the flow, and the flow is going downward. We've been assigned a spring. Yes, it's in the middle of the plain, but it's our last hope, our future. It would be nice if you there, folks, could see that. What happens when all the water in the world disappears? Who do we blame then? Man, that sight never gets old. Alright. We obviously gotta go this way. Okay. Damn it. Oh, those don't disappear, but the ones in the sun do. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Go back up. Oh. Oh, that was close. Let me regain my grip. Alright. Better. Boy, oh boy. This climbing is tiresome. There's more stuff in here. Okay. Oh, painting. So they used a conch to summon the rain, I'm guessing. I understood that one. Nothing else in here other than a painting, right? There would have been water here. Hmm. Can't grab that. There's a thingy up there, but I don't know if I can do anything about it. I'm guessing this is a dead end. No. Never mind. Yo, that's cool. Thanks, little guys. No, wait. Catch my grip real quick. Nope. Alright. Let me go down a little bit. Alright. Okay. Your boy has some sweaty hands right now.